Shalom. This video is titled, The Hand of Sin. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying. Let's get into it. Hand of Sin. In this video, we'll be looking into the hand of sin and how it starts out as an act of lust in the mind, then turns into a 360 spiral unto death in the body. It goes from a small still voice within to voices of pandemonium within your body. The only way to get back to health is to go back to the foundation, and that foundation is established by the Rock of Ages, Yahuwah, your creator. Also, enjoy the art show along the way. Let's get into it. I will start this off with a reading from Yah HaKovi, also called the Epistle of James. And I will pick up at chapter 1, verses 12 to 18. And they read, Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahuwah has promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yah. For Yahuwah cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempts he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. And then, when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. As you see, in verse 15, the equal system of sin. Then, when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. From here, we'll look into the man of sin. Now, I will be reading from 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. And this is titled, The Man of Sin. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Adonai, Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that we be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by ruach, nor by word, nor by cipher or letter, as from us, that the day of Yahuwah is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Yah, or that is worshipped, so that he as Yah sits in the temple of Yahuwah, showing himself that he is Yahuwah. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholds, that he might be revealed in this time, in his time. For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who now lets will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that Torahless one, or lawless one, be revealed, whom Adonai Yahusha shall consume with the ruach of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yah shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had the pleasure in unrighteousness. Hallelujah. Now this is something I composed on October 4th, 2020. And it is titled, No, Control Yourself. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying. What separates us from Yahuwah is one of two things: our desire to do what we want to do, or following after the traditions of men. I was told all sin stems from selfishness, a burning desire and pull to do what I want to do. That, my friend, is called rebellion. Now, sin has many names. Here's a few: sin, iniquity, rebellion, transgression, immorality, vice, crime, evil, wrong, and wickedness. And the list goes on. In order to do away with sin, you need to have self-control, aka discipline. Here is Yahuwah's take on what separates us from him. Sin separates Israel, or Yasharel, from Yah. Sin. The definition of sin: an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. And I will start off with reading from Isaiah chapter 50, verses 1 to 3. And once again, this is titled, Sin Separates Israel from Yahuwah. And thus says Yahuwah, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquity have ye sold yourselves, and for your transgression is your mother put away. Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all, that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke I dried up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinks, because there is no water, and dieth for thirst. I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering. Hallelujah. Now we'll break this down precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, and we'll do all three verses. And we'll start with verse 1. Understanding. The bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away, or which of my. This will take us to Deuteronomy 24 and 1, and it reads, when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it into her hand, and send her out of his house. From there, we'll go to Jeremiah 3 and 8. And I saw, when for all the causes whereby backsliding Yasharel, Israel, committed adultery, I had to put her away, and given her a bill of divorcement. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. Hosea 2 and 2. Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts. And we'll go to the next portion of the verse. Creditors is it to whom I have sold you, behold, for your iniquities. And first we'll take us to 2 Kings verses 4 and 1, and it reads, and it is pertaining to creditors to whom I have sold you, behold, for your iniquities. Now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elijah, saying, thy servant, my husband, is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant did fear Yahuwah, and the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondmen. I'm going to read straight through. But for as much as he had not to pay, his masters commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. Now we'll go to the last portion of the verse. Have ye sold yourselves for your transgression? Is your mother put away? And that will take us to Isaiah 52:3. For thus says Yahweh, ye have sold yourselves for nothing, and ye shall be redeemed without money. Hallelujah. From there, we'll go to verse 2 in Isaiah chapter 50:2. And we'll go to the first portion of the verse. When I called, was there none to answer? And that will take us to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regards. I'm going to read straight through. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delight not. I have sent also unto you all my servants and the prophets, raising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings, and go not after the gods, lowercase, to serve them, and ye shall dwell in the land which I have given to you and to your fathers. But ye have not inclined your ear, nor hearkened unto me. And we'll deal with the next portion of the verse. Is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem, or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke, and that's what take us to Numbers 11, verse 23. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Is Yahuwah's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. At my rebuke, and this will take us to Psalms 106:9. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths, as through the wilderness. We'll read straight through. He rebuked the seas and makes it dry. He dries up all the rivers. Bashan languish, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languish. Next portion of the verse. And dried up the sea, I make and this will take us to Exodus 14:21. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahuwah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind, and all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. Next portion of the verse, rivers of wilderness. That will take us to Joshua or Yahshua, chapter 3, verse 16. And it reads, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon an heap for very far from the city Adam, that is beside Zartan, and those that came down towards the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, fell and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho. Last portion of the verse, their fish stank because there was no water, and dieth for thirst. And that will take us to Exodus 7:18. And it reads, and the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. Hallelujah. Now we'll go to the last verse, which is Isaiah 50:3. And this portion of the verse is, I clothe the heavens with blackness. And that will take us to Exodus 10:21. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And I make it sackcloth their covering. And that will take us to Revelations 6:12. And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Hallelujah. Your lack of self-control is what is hindering you from having a relationship with your Creator Yahuwah. The only way you can gain self-control is through maturity. In other words, it's time to grow up. Keep this in mind. 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, shed light on life. The hand. Self-evaluation. Now, we will jump into something I composed in July 25th, 2018. It is titled Light versus Dark. Self-control versus no self-control. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying. Every day, whether we know it or not, we are faced with a major battle internally. The winner is determined and depends upon which side you feed. You entertain negative, that's what you will receive in your life. If you entertain positive, that's what you will receive in return in life. It is not complicated. In this world, we do dirt and don't expect no consequences. The biggest enemy of our freedom is irresponsibility. Freedom is of the mind. As a man think in his heart, so he shall be. You control your mind, you control the body. Galatians 5:19-24. And it reads, Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, sedition, strife, sedition, heresies, envying, murders, drunkenness, reveling, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things, shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuwah. But of the fruit of the Ruach, Spirit, is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Long-sufferance equal patience, and temperance equal self-control. And they that are Mashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. All praises to Adonai Yahuwah. Now we'll jump into Isaiah or Yashayahu chapter 50 verses 4-11. And this is titled Obedient Response of the Servant. And it reads, Adonai Yahuwah has given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakens morning by morning. He wakens my ear to hear as the learned. Adonai Yahuwah has opened my ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away back. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheek to them that plucked off the hair. I did not hide my face. I hid not my face from shame and spitting. For Adonai Yahuwah will help me. Therefore shall I not be confounded. Therefore have I set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. He is near that justifies me. Who will contend with me? Let us stand together. Who is my adversary? Let him come near to me. Behold, Adonai Yahuwah will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they shall all wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. Who is among you that fears Yahuwah, that obeys the voice of his servant, that walks in darkness and has no light? Let him trust in the name of Yahuwah and stay upon his Elohim. Behold, all ye that kindle a fire, that compass yourself about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire, and the spark that ye have kindled, this shall ye have of my hand. Ye shall lie down in sorrow. Hallelujah. How Yahusha, salvation, the master teacher, handles sin. Watch the breakdown. Now I will be reading from the Basora Matthew, also known as the Gospel of Matthew. And this is found in chapter 4, verses 1 to 11. I will break this whole section down into 3 portions. I will read each portion. In the upper right hand corner, you'll be able to find the topic of each discussion. The first one will be on appetite. And this will be found in verses 1 to 4. And it reads, Then was Yahusha led up of the Ruach into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterwards hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If you be the Son of Elohim, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahuwah. Now we will precept this verse 4, and that will take us to Deuteronomy 8 and 3. And it is pertaining to man shall not live off of bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahuwah. And it reads, And he humbled you, and suffered you to hunger, and fed you with manna, which you knew not, neither did your fathers know, that he might make you know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahuwah does man live. Hallelujah. Now, from here, we will read Matthew chapter 4, verses 5 to 7. And this is pertaining to pride. Then the devil took him up into the holy city, and set him on the pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, If you be the Son of Elohim, cast yourself down. For, as it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest at any time you dash your foot against a stone. Yahusha said unto him, It is written, You shall not tempt, and that is an aleph and a tav, Yahuwah Eloheka, and that is a singular person. In translation, Yahuwah, your God. So he was telling Satan, this is your God also. Yahusha said unto him, It is written again, You shall not tempt Yahuwah Eloheka, Yahuwah your God. Now we will get into some precepts for both of these verses. And we'll start with verse 6. He shall give his angels charge concerning you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest at any time you dash your foot against a stone. And that would take us to Psalms 91:11, verses 11 and 12. And they read, For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep you in all your ways. They shall bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. Hallelujah. From there, we'll go to verse 7. And it reads, Yahusha said unto him, It is written again, You shall not tempt Yahuwah Eloheka. And that will take us to Deuteronomy 6 and 16. You shall not tempt Yahuwah Eloheka, your God, as you tempted him in Messiah or Messiah. Hallelujah. Now we'll do the last portion of this section. And that is found in Matthew 4, verses 8 to 11. And this is pertaining to power, aka fame. And it reads, Again, the devil took him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and said unto him, All these things will I give you, if you will fall down and worship me. Then said Yahusha unto him, Get you hence, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship Yahuwah Eloheka, translation, Yahuwah your God, and him only shall you serve. Then the devil left him, and behold, an angel came and ministered unto him. Hallelujah. Now we will precept verse 10. And it reads, You shall worship Yahuwah Eloheka, and him only shall you serve. And that will take us to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 13. And it reads, You shall fear Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah your God, and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Hallelujah. Now from those three examples, you've seen how Yahusha tackled sin. From appetite to pride to power. Letting his yes be yes and his no be no. Hallelujah. Now I will be reading from Yeshayahu or Isaiah chapter 51 verses 1 to 16. And this is titled, Yahuwah will deliver his people. Hallelujah. And it reads, Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek Yahuwah. Look into the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dug. Look unto El Abraham, your father, and to El Sarah, that bore you. For I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. For Yahuwah shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like a garden of Yahuwah. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. For a Torah law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. My righteousness is near. My Yahusha, salvation, is going forth. My arm shall judge the people. The owl shall wait upon me, and on my arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment. And they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my Yahusha, salvation, shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my Torah or law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelry. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my Yahusha salvation from generation to generation. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of Yahuwah. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Are you not it has cut Rakav and wounded the dragon? Hallelujah. Are you not it which has dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that has made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? Therefore, the redeemed of Yahuwah shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Even I, am he that comforts you. Who are you, that you should be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the son of Adam which shall be made as grass? Hallelujah. And forget Yahuwah your maker, that has stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and have feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy, And where is the fury of the oppressor? The captive exile hastens that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail. But I am Yahuwah, Eloheka, Yahuwah, your God, that divides the sea, whose waves roar. Yahuwah Sabaoth, Yahuwah of hosts, is his name. And I have put my word in your mouth, and have covered you in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens, and lay the foundation of the earth, and say unto Zion, you are my people. Hallelujah. Now I'll be reading from Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And it reads, And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahusha, for he shall save his people from their sins. Where you see Yahusha, that is translated into Savior. Hallelujah. Now we will precept this verse. As a reminder, precepts are done, line upon line, here a little, and there a little. Now we'll start off with the first portion of the verse. And it's pertaining to, And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahusha. 4. And that will take us to Luke chapter 1, verse 31. And it reads, And behold, thou shalt conceive in your womb, and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahusha. Hallelujah. And the second portion of the verse is pertaining to, He shall save his people from their sins. And that will take us to Acts. And I'll read this one straight through. And I'll start with Acts chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there Yahusha or salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Him has Yahuwah exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Yasharel and forgiveness of sin. Hallelujah. And it's still pertaining to, He shall save his people from their sins. Of this man's seed has Yahuwah, according to his promise, raised unto Yasharel a savior, Yahusha. Be it known unto you, therefore, men and brethren, that through this man is preached unto you the forgiveness of sins. Hallelujah. Now we'll jump into the last portion of this video, and this one is pertaining to forgive. As you can see in the picture, forgiveness is key. On the top part of the picture, she's saying to him, I'm sorry. Years later, through unforgiveness, she's still saying, I'm sorry. And he's just going along about his day, whatever. Forgiveness in this hour is needed. Now we will get into Matthew chapter 6, verses 14 and 15. And we'll be precepting both of these verses. As a reminder, precepts are done, line upon line, here a little and there a little. And we'll start with verse 14. And it reads, For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. From there, that will take us to Mark 11 and 25. And it reads, And when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any, that your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as Yahuwah, for Mashiach's sake, has forgiven you. Forbidding one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, so also ye do. Hallelujah. From there, we'll go to verse 15. Matthew chapter 6, verse 15. And it reads, But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Now we will precept this verse, and that will take us to Matthew 18 and 35, and also James 2 and 13. And they read, and they're both pertaining to, if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not every one his brother their trespasses. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that has shown no mercy, and mercy rejoices against judgment. Hallelujah. Now this is something that I composed in January 17th, 2020. And this is titled, I Got It. I Can Carry. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Rock HaKodesh is saying. Sometimes we carry burdens, and the weight of those burdens are often too much to bear. In many cases, you find yourself mad, upset, or hating people that are unaware of your feelings. The good news is the Most High Yahuwah gave us the ability to forgive and let go. That forgiveness is for yourself and others, more for you than them. But forgiveness benefits both sides. Or you can end up like him. Your choice, as always. The unforgiven servant, Yahushua HaMashiach speaking. Matthew 18, 21 to 35, and it reads, Then came Peter to him and said, Adonai, how often shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Yahushua said unto him, I say not unto you until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Therefore is the kingdom of Yahuwah likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Adonai commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, and said, Adonai, have patience with me, I will pay you all. Then the Adonai of that servant was moved with compassion and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. His fellow servants fell down at his feet, and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay you all. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison, till he should pay the debt. So when the fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Adonai all that was done. Then his Adonai, after that he had called him, and said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave you all that debt, because you desired me. Should not you also have had compassion on your fellow servant, even as I had pity on you? And his Adonai was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if you from your hearts forgive not every one his brother their trespasses. And the definition for trespass is to commit an offense against a person or set of rules. The weight of hate, anger, and unforgiveness is crushing people daily. So love one another, and along the way, learn to forgive. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah. Shed light on life. I will end things off with a reading from Isaiah Yashayahu, chapter 65, verses 1 to 25. And this is broken down into two sections. One of the sections is judgment and salvation, and the other is the joy of the new age. And I will let you know when there is a break in the two sections. We'll start with verse 1, and it reads, I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walk in a way that is not good, after their own thoughts, a people that provokes me to anger continually to my face, the sacrifices in gardens, and burning incense upon the altar of bricks, which remain among the graves, and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels, which say, stand by yourself, come not near to me, for I am holier than you. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all the day. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, says Yahuwah, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. Thus says Yahuwah, as the new wine is found in a cluster, and one says, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all, and will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah, Yahudah, an inheritance of my mountains. And my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell therein. And Sharon shall be a fold of flock, and the valley of Ekron, a place for the herds to lie down, and for my people that have sought me. But ye are they that forsake Yahuwah, that forget my holy mountain, that prepares a table for Gad, and that furnish the drink offering unto Midian. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called ye did not answer, when I spoke ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delight not. Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of ruach. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Adonai Yahuwah shall slay you, and call his servant by another name. Hallelujah. That he who blesses himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Elohah of truth. And he that swears in the earth shall swear by the Elohah of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from my eyes. Hallelujah. And this section from verse 17 is titled, The Joy of the New Age. And it reads, For behold, I create a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Aleph and Tav, Jerusalem, a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall no more be heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that has not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahuwah, and the offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like a bullock, and thus shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, says Yahuwah. Hallelujah. If you need, rewind it back and play it from the top. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah Sabaoth. And I want to say thank you to Yahuwah for sending his servant and his great example in Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach. Thank you for your time. And to that, I say, Shalom.